It's been 10 years since a team other than Duke or North Carolina was preseason picked to win the ACC. This season, that distinction was awarded to North Carolina State. Today, the Wolfpack can take a big step towards reaching their lofty goals as they host the #1 Blue Devils, playing without injured starter Ryan Kelly. Welcome to sold-out PNC Arena here in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy, a part of the ACC on ESPN. And what a matchup we've got for you here this afternoon. The #1 team in the nation, the Duke Blue Devils, are here without one of their most important players, the injured Ryan Kelly, to take on 20th-ranked NC State, a team that had so many high expectations heaped upon them at the beginning of the year. Hi, everybody. Dan Shulman and Dick Vitale. Great environment, big game. No Ryan Kelly. How does that impact Duke heading into this game?
Well, you know, Dan, you said it so well. Lofty expectations. Everybody anticipated NC State being the best of the best on Tobacco Road. Well, they slipped a little bit earlier in the season, and now they get a shot against #1 without one of their stars. Ryan Kelly, effective offensively, shooting threes, but he's vital defensively, and his leadership will be missed big time. If you're NC State, you better prove to people you're legit. This game is a must. You must win on your floor.
And for Duke to win without Ryan Kelly, as we check out our one-on-one segment now, you figure that Mason Plumlee has to have a big game.
Well, you know, Mason has been absolutely superb all year, Dan. He's averaging 17 a game, leads the ACC in rebounding. He's posted well. He's done a phenomenal job rebounding. He's been a Windex man on the glass. And then when they triple team him, look at this here. 3 guys grab him. He has the ability to kick the ball out to open shooters, and they can shoot the 3. Last 5 games, been on fire, shooting 42% for the year. You look at NC State, it's their power game on the interior. They have to really dominate inside. 4th among all the Power 6 conferences when you talk about teams on the interior, and that is Leslie and Howell.
Now look at the starting lineups now, beginning with Duke. Junior Josh Hairston makes his first start of the season, just the 3rd of his career, with Ryan Kelly out indefinitely with an injured right foot. The rest of the starters, very familiar names for Duke. In the same case for NC State, all 5 of these guys. In fact, NC State has 6 players averaging in double figures on the season. For more on the Wolfpack, here's Janine Edwards.
Well, Dan, the Wolfpack say that last February 16th was a breakout game for them. Though it was a loss to Duke, they say it reveals a lot about their team. They learned that they're good enough to be up by 20 against one of the best teams in the nation. They also took note of how Duke didn't panic, and they saw what it takes to finish in big games. Lorenzo Brown told me it was an eye-opening moment for them. He said, "We learned we're good enough to compete with anyone, and we've been hungry for the rematch ever since." Dan?
All right, Janine, thank you. Mike Krzyzewski looks at this game as the first game without Kelly. He said they're going to have to make adjustments, and he doesn't know exactly what he'll get out of Josh Hairston or Emil Jefferson or Alex Murphy. He knows one thing is none of them could try to be Ryan Kelly.
Well, they're going to certainly do it by committee. As Janine talked about in that 20-point game, Curry went bananas in the second half, had 21 of his 26 points, and that was the difference. Duke is a very strong second-half team.
Les Jones, Doug Sermons, Gary Maxwell are officials, and we are underway here in Raleigh.
I think the 3 ball is going to be big here today. You look at Duke, they shoot 42%. You look at North Carolina State, they play great perimeter defense, only allowed 29%.
And certainly a huge key for Duke has been the play recently of their point guard, Quinn Cook, who has really taken his game to another level in recent weeks.
Well, he was benched earlier in the year and then got his job back and was brilliant in that tournament at the Atlantis.
Wide open corner 3 for Rashid Suleiman, in and out, and here come the pop played by their outstanding point guard, Lorenzo Brown.
He's a key, Dan. He's a key.
He's the key. Scott Ward with a deep 3.
I'll tell you one thing. He has to make the 3. Last year he was 1 for 5 against Duke shooting 3s. He's got to get open. The guy's got unlimited range. Yep. He shot that from Durham.
Biggest concern for Coach K, NC State getting down the floor and scoring quickly as they just did. Mike Krzyzewski feels for them to win today, they have got to get back in transition.
Well, they're the second best in America scoring points in transition. BYU #1.
Cook a little bit strong on the three. Offensive rebound. Plumlee gets the bounce.
What a year he's having. You can make the argument, player of the year. I gave the slightest edge in my midseason report. Gave it to the kid McDermott from out of Creighton, who, by the way, had 39 last night.
Plumlee on the season averaging better than 17 points and 11 rebounds per game, although the numbers down a little bit recently. C.J. Leslie with a miss. Loose ball to Seth Curry, playing through a leg injury. He hardly practices as he misses the three. When Duke goes up and down the court in practice, Curry generally is on the sideline watching dribbling, but they're trying to nurse him through the season without making that leg any worse.
He's had some big moments and a big one against Kentucky second half.
Richard Howell knocks down the 12-footer.
I think he's one of the key players. Can't get in foul trouble. He's an outstanding rebounder. They need a strong performance inside to neutralize Plumlee with Howell and Leslie.
Howell doing all the dirty work for this team. A lot of guts, not much glory for the power guy on the inside for the Wolfpack. Plumlee driving on Howell, turns it over. Rodney Purvis with a full head of steam. Misses the layup, and it'll be Duke's ball.
Lost control of the ball. Purvis right there, an outstanding diaper dandy. I still say the key player for North Carolina State is the guy with the ball in his hands, Lorenzo Brown. He's had moments where he's had 10 assists, 1 turnover, and he's had some games which are horrendous. We won't talk about Oklahoma State game.
That was a real egg laid by NC State earlier this year as they got blown out, lost to Oklahoma State by 20. Their only other loss was at Michigan by 7. No shame in that. They have now won 9 in a row. The best wins they've had in that stretch have been over the likes of Connecticut and Stanford.
Well, Sir Daniel, there's 2 unbeaten teams. We're looking at one today on the road, and another one has a tough date on the road tomorrow down in Columbus, and that's the Wolverines against Ohio State.
And you and I are going to see Michigan firsthand. We're going to go see him at Minnesota on Thursday night. Another layup miss, this time by Howell.
You got to convert those on the interior. You got to make those count.
Suleiman draws the foul on the drive.
Suleiman went into a little bit, as they told me yesterday, that little freshman deal where you go into that wall, but he's been brilliant earlier in the year for them, and he's going to be a heck of a player.
Coach K describes his team. He says they're not a juggernaut. He feels they have outstanding chemistry, a lot of intelligence, a lot of experience in Plumlee, Curry, now the injured Kelly. But he is absolutely thrilled with what his team has accomplished so far this year.
Well, he should be. I mean, 15-0. I talked to Dick Weiss yesterday, outstanding guru in basketball, football, and he used the same word you did, talked about chemistry. He said Duke with Kelly had the best chemistry in America. Let's look at Ryan Kelly. You miss a guy like that. He comes out of your lineup. He misses offense. He's also a stabilizer defensively.
A 6'11" guy who can shoot the three about as well as anybody around. Purvis, nice look inside to Howell. Spins through the double team and gets the roll.
Great play by Howell to split the double team, as you said, Dan. Misses the easy layup earlier and converts a tough situation. That's their game. Power inside. And then Wood on the perimeter with the three.
Curry off a screen, dumps it off to Plumlee. Running hook shot, not there. Tip is good for Hairston.
You know, Hairston had 2 big offensive rebounds. You and I did the game at a crucial time against Kentucky.
And he's a guy with some experience. He's a junior, so he's been in the program 3 years. He's never played a ton, but he's always been a regular in the rotation, being asked to play a lot more in the absence of Kelly.
See, I think Duke would like to get them in a 5-on-5 situation. They would really like to get them to play 5-on-5 and negate that transition game.
4 minutes in, NC State up a point.
What electricity here, man. You can tell me on college basketball, people are wacky that says this is not relevant this time of the year. Go to Columbus tomorrow. Go to Minnesota Thursday. Are you kidding me?
Curry misses the three. You take it into an extra gear when it comes to conference play. This is the time of year.
It's unbelievable. Look at the emotion. Look at the passion. I'm like a little kid here, Dad.
How about what we've seen from Richard Howell so far?
Yeah, he's been really good. He's shooting a jumper, and then we saw him down in the post. We got Richard Howell on the inside. He's going to split 2. He said, I'm going in for a deuce, baby.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. What will you do in 5 hours?
Packed house, sold out PNC Arena on a warm day here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Number 20 NC State trying to knock off the top-ranked team in the nation. The last time that NC State beat a number 1 ranked team, it was Duke, and it was in 2004. They got a strong game from Julius Hodge, who had 18. Marcus Melvin also had a big game. J.J. Redick, a big night for Duke, but in the end, it was NC State winning the game in front of a crowd of better than 19,700 people. Big shot there for Melvin, and the Wolfpack knock off number 1, 78-74. NC State is 5-26 all-time against number 1 teams, 1-9 all-time against Duke when the Blue Devils are ranked number 1.
You know, the team they beat in 2004-05 season had 5 starters, all NBA players. That team with J.J. Redick and company. Nice feed from Plumlee, and the second made basket of the game already for Josh Hairston. See, Brown's played under control. I think that's a positive when you look at North Carolina State. Right now playing within the realm of their offensive system, trying to get some rhythm. C.J. Leslie quiet so far, knocks it down to put the Wolfpack back on top. He's a big-time player. I picked him preseason All-American. Hasn't really played as an All-American thus far. Been very good, but has not been a top 5 player in the country. Suleiman rejected. Curry the kick. Hairston the baseline jumper now. Rebound down to the Wolfpack, and they're looking to run. Well, Duke hasn't made a 3 yet. Wood. Got it. He's made 2 of them. John Madrigal on 5 step dodges. Flash the 0 for 4. Duke shooting 3s, and that's one of their strengths. Good defense. Good deflection. And a foul on Mason Plumlee. Good job defensively. Played him up on top. Got in the passing lane. Look at this Wood, man. Can he shoot? He's going to get a job at the next level just because of his shooting ability. You know, and you're so used to Dick in transition. You know, get back, protect the rim. But for NC State, it's find Wood in transition. Let's check in with Janine.
Well, guys, what makes Wood such a great player, you know, the Wolfpack team, they were able to come over on their own this morning to the arena. He was here 40 minutes before any other player, shooting 3s for 20 minutes from all over the floor. And you can see why he's so adept at it in games.
Well, Janine, there's no substitute for success, baby. You got to do it right by working and working and working. You hear that, young kids, what Janine just said? Work. If you want to be a star, you must put the energy and the effort into it.
Wood, a 43% three-point shooter this season. Leslie draws the foul.
They're doing a great job getting the ball inside.
Yep.
Duke's having a little tough time on the interior.
And they went right after Emil Jefferson, the freshman from Philadelphia, just checked into the game for Josh Hairston, and the Wolfpack went right at him.
Yep, right now, trying to educate him. Number 21.
Jefferson averaging just 9 minutes per game, but he, like Hairston and probably Alex Murphy as well, all 3 of them will probably get additional minutes with the injury to Ryan Kelly, as Kelly doing a little teaching there with Hairston. And by the way, the prognosis for Kelly, there's nothing certain right now. It's a foot injury, and he is out an indefinite period of time. That is all the news that we're getting from Duke.
Well, you saw how much they missed them last year in the ACC tournament, and then were beaten by C.J. McCollum and Lehigh in the first round. Well, I wish McCollum the best.
Yeah, now he's out.
He made my top 5 mid-season performers, and then he had a broken foot.
Tyler Thornton into the game for Duke as well, playing off the ball with Cook at the point.
They're doing a good job containing the penetration of Cook.
The floater will go.
I just give him some praise about stopping his penetration. He gets in the lane. What he does well is get in the lane and create opportunities for 3s for his teammate.
Good hustle by Jefferson to force the turnover as NC State was trying to run.
You know, Cook's had a few in that manic games when you think about it. He had the 0 for 11. 0 for 11. Then he went to gym and worked and worked and worked. He got a text message from his buddy Plumlee late at night. Said, be positive. Next game after 0 for 11, 12 for 16, had 27.
27 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. Only Danny Ferry and Grant Hill ever put together those kinds of numbers in a game for Duke.
Not even Christian Laettner. I trust you. I trust you.
Those numbers came at a win for Duke over Clemson midweek, 68-40, as they ran their record to a perfect 15-0.
Good job of hedging to stay in front of him. He wants to get in that lane and kick it out. Drive and kick.
Jefferson.
He's going to be a very good player. It's just a matter of time. He's more of a guy, athletic, long, inside. Murphy will give him a guy that can shoot the ball a little from the perimeter.
Jefferson defending Leslie right now. Tyler Lewis, the freshman, into the game for NC State. This is the jumper, but Leslie's there to slam it home.
Tell you, Leslie playing with a lot of intensity. We saw how big he was and vital in their win over Connecticut.
Curry off balance. Jefferson the offensive rebound. Plumlee there for the follow.
Great offensive rebound by Plumlee. Jefferson kept the ball alive.
T.J. Warren misses the runner. Rebound down to Seth Curry. Great pace here in the early going in this game.
You know, Warren had a bad game the last game, but he's been a double-figure scorer.
Did not score in State's last game. Curry can't get the bounce. Another rebound for Plumlee. What a job he's done on the offensive glass.
He's been absolutely terrific all year long. His numbers a little down the last 3 games, but he's been sensational all season.
And his job gets even bigger in the absence of Kelly as well. A collision. And the foul is going against Duke on Tyler Thornton.
Dan, this is why he really leads the league in offense and rebound. Here he is working the glass right there. 11 rebounds a game. Good offensive rebounder, good defensive rebounder. Here's the second one. He's just working so hard, really playing with a lot of tenacity.
4 rebounds already on the day for Plumlee, averaging better than 11 boards per game on the season. Brown and Purvis have returned for NC State. Jefferson with a block. He's made a number of good plays since coming into the game already for Duke. Cook spins, dumps it off for Jefferson, who lays it in.
And that's what he does so well, Cook. Finding open people. He has games with 10, 11, 12 assists. He has really been their surprise. From their coaching staff, they were concerned about point guard play when the year started. They are not concerned anymore.
His assist-to-turnover ratio the last 6 games is almost 6-1. Leslie a little bit short, another rebound in traffic for Plumlee.
Plumlee's really getting up on the glass, owning the glass. Yeah, Cook has been a difference maker. He was the MVP, and it wasn't against Cupcake City, man.
Counted and a foul for Seth Curry.
He can flat out shoot the basketball. So 31 threes thus far. Hey, they won when he got MVP. Beat Minnesota, VCU, and Louisville. That's as tough as you'll face in the NCAA.
They have played a very tough schedule. They're playing a tough game today without one of their key players. But everybody's stepping up, and the Blue Devils have the early lead.
Max Bredos here in our college basketball studios. You've got conference play heating up on the networks here of ESPN. Georgetown all over St. John's and Madison Square Garden, a game you can see on ESPN2 over on ESPNU. Also out of the Big East, it's Marquette up on Pittsburgh and Duke with the early lead here over NC State on our game on ESPN. Let's go back out to Raleigh with Dan Schulman, Dick Vitale.
And back here in Raleigh, ESPN's journey to the tourney is a season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. Thursday night at 7 Eastern, 6 local. What a matchup here. Michigan and Minnesota, 2 of the top teams in the Big Ten and in the country. Michigan, of course, is undefeated. Trey Burke playing as well as anybody in the country right now. And Andre Hollins in a very exciting Golden Gophers team that is they're just charging up the rankings right now.
Yeah, and Bakwe really playing well now. Tubby Smith has them defend. They're very physical. They got a tough date with Indiana right now, so it's going to be interesting. Can Michigan survive and be undefeated? Can Duke survive and be undefeated? We saw Arizona go down to a good Oregon team. They spotted them a 2-touchdown lead. They were up out of the game 11-zip, and then all of a sudden, bam, Oregon went on fire.
9-0 run for Duke. Brown into traffic, and the follow is good for T.J. Warren to make it a 4-point game. Let's check in with Janine Edwards.
Well, guys, I was just at the Wolfpack huddle, and they are very concerned about how they're being out-rebounded by Duke, 14-4. Mark Gottfried looked at each one of his players and said, rebound, rebound, rebound. That's your priority. They're also trying to figure out how to manage Lorenzo Brown right now. He's got 2 fouls.
Tell you, Janine, when you rebound, that means you play aggressive basketball.
Jefferson again. Emil Jefferson to making the most of his opportunities. He's got 6 points, a couple of rebounds, and a steal already.
What a positive performance. He was a big-time scholastic star. Everybody wanted him. Sometimes it takes a little while, especially on a program like Duke, before you really figure it out. This might be the coming-out party for him.
Leslie couldn't finish. Crowd wanted a foul, didn't get the call, and here come the Blue Devils. Curry, nice hesitation, and Wood deflects the pass out of bounds.
The one thing that they do so well, Duke, over the career of Mike Krzyzewski is shot selection and defend as a unit, as a team. When you do those two things, and you have the factors of playing great defense with good players, and you have offensive efficiency because you take a better shot, you're going to win your share of games.
Jefferson to the bench, a job well done as Hairston comes back in.
I think they won their share of games.
And, you know, we talk about big games, and for a game like State, how important this is to live up to expectations, prove themselves, etc. Duke plays these kinds of games all the time. They're used to these kinds of games. Home, road, neutral, doesn't matter.
Everybody wants to play a special level when they see that jersey.
Somebody missed an assignment, and T.J. Warren, the beneficiary.
He was such a big-time scorer early. I mean, his percentage shooting's unreal, except when he goes to the free throw line.
Right.
I remember his dad playing.
68% from the floor, a lot of high percentage looks, only 49% from the line. Plumlee is fouled by Leslie.
He is playing with such confidence, Plumlee. You can see a different player. You're going to watch the dump inside, wide open. Warren gets a little layup, little diagonal pass, dump it in, and he knows how to convert. As you said earlier, coming off an 0 for one game, his last game.
Warren and Purvis have done an outstanding job as freshmen. Tyler Lewis, the other freshman, also a McDonald's All-American, getting limited minutes off the bench for the Wolfpack. Cook the drive, left hand high off the glass. Hairston had it, then lost it to Leslie. Brown, the ACC leader in assists. And a turnover by Wood.
And they do so really well when they get in transition. Oh, you got to convert that.
And Cook is fouled. Suleiman misses the jam, but Cook with the offensive rebound as Duke continues to demolish NC State on the glass, especially at that end of the floor.
Yeah, really on the offensive glass, dominating. Here's the missed jam right now. You got to score this. Lay it on the glass. The guy short the dunk. Lay it on the glass. Hey, let me just tell you this. One common denominator under a Mike Krzyzewski basketball team, I have never heard him ever say, we were outplayed because we didn't play with emotion, intensity. Somebody might have been better, but they're not going to play any harder than what a Duke team's going to play.
Dick, Duke has 9 offensive rebounds in this game. North Carolina State has only 5 defensive rebounds.
See, the 9 offensive rebounds tells me that you're playing aggressive basketball. Whenever you're blocking shots, whenever you're forcing turnovers, and whenever you get onto the offensive boards, to me, you are being aggressive.
And a couple of free throws for Cook.
And Duke, as we've said so many times, they make more free throws than the other clubs shoot. And they're doing it again this year.
With a couple of early threes, quiet sense being defended by Cook. Thornton harassing Brown, who's going to leap over and then loses the ball to Plumlee, who's in all alone.
Flying through the sky, Mr. Plumlee, brother now in the NBA. Hey, Duke coming into this game has made 248 free throws. Their opponents have only shot 229. That's a big difference. That's impressive basketball.
Wood.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Is his name Reggie Miller? Oh, gee.
And Wood got a technical. I believe it's on Wood for woofing after he knocked the shot down.
Yeah, that's uncalled for. You're trying to win a basketball game. Don't need any of that nonsense. You got a chance for a 4-point play. Here it is right now. A great shot. He gets fouled, gets knocked to the deck. Nothing but nylon. No question he got fouled. What a shooter. Somebody better tell him his name's not Reggie Miller. I I mean, Les Jones right on it. He's not going to tolerate any of the unsportsmanlike conduct of anybody.
Double technical. Thornton and Wood. So Wood will shoot one free throw as a result of the personal foul. Now remember, in college basketball, technical fouls also count as personal fouls. So Thornton just picked up 2 fouls and now has 3 in the game.
That could be big. He plays on the perimeter. He's one of the key players in their rotation. Is this kid a shooter or what? I mean, unbelievable. That 3 he made there seemed almost impossible.
I think the coaches, at this moment, Mike Krzyzewski still trying to get a clear explanation of what the ruling was. Double technical means no free throws for the technical fouls. That free throw by Wood completes the 4-point play, gives him 10, and it brings the Wolfpack back within 4.
You did not shoot, as you said. What is it, double technical? You did not shoot the 3 points.
Thornton to the bench, and that's a loss for Duke. He's one of their best defenders and as good a leader, Mike Krzyzewski says, as anybody they have.
Now, North Carolina State has to find a way to body up and really deny Duke those second and third opportunities. You're not going to win a game if you don't block out. You can't give Duke those easy opportunities.
Cook the drive.
Bad shot. Bad shot. He was really out of position. He was up in the air. It's a no-no for a player.
Hairston out. Jefferson back in as Mike Krzyzewski uses 2 different players to play the position that Ryan Kelly normally plays, but again, Kelly out indefinitely with a foot injury. Neither of these teams is really all that deep, and for NC State, they've got 6 guys scoring in double figures, which is very impressive. Nobody else is better than 3 points per game.
And they don't go to them,
And a foul on Cook.
I think it's really, when you look at Mark Godfrey right now, down 4 points and really being dominated on the glass the way they are is pretty good shape.
Mason Plumlee, Dick, having a big game.
Oh, riser, baby. Up, and away. Mr. Plumlee. Up, and away. Oh, he's not a happy guy. That Alabama guy's not happy. Saban is.
Trailing number 1 Duke, 27-23. The biggest reason Duke has the lead is they have done an incredible job, Dick, on the offensive glass.
Yeah, really dominated. Better than 4-to-1 ratio, 9-2. And they get a lot of easy scores on the inside. There's Plumlee working very aggressively on the offensive glass. Coming up with loose balls. Jefferson, solid minutes he has given them.
9 offensive rebounds already for the Blue Devils. A 4-point lead. Lorenzo Brown banks it in. He's playing with 2 fouls. Makes it a 2-point game.
Nice drive by Lorenzo. Under control again.
First points of the game for Brown.
Right now he's got the job of defending Cook. He's going to stay in front of him as he creates a lot of opportunities with his penetration. See, right now he's an excellent penetrator off that bounce. Played 3 years at the Master High School. Then he went to Oak Hill.
Suleiman. Cook with the shot clock down to 7. Suleiman again. From the elbow, not there. Loose ball rebound down to the Wolfpack.
See, one of the things they're not doing well, watch what the Wolfpack in that sequence, they're not putting the body on anybody. They just turn and go for the ball. You got to find the man and stay between him and the basket and put the body on him.
And an offensive foul away from the ball called on T.J. Warren of NC State. Well, a great doubleheader for you on Monday night. Big Monday here on ESPN. Beginning at 7 Eastern, one of the top teams in the nation, Louisville, takes on Connecticut, and then it's Baylor at number 6, Kansas. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. It's all a part of My Home Court Week on ESPN, a celebration of the great arenas and venues around the country. Curry, too strong off the glass. Numbers now for NC State.
It is their strength. Transition is their strength.
Offensive foul on Rodney Purvis.
Out of control. He's had a tough afternoon. He has not really played well. Missed the layup earlier. Had to give the ball up there. Center the basketball and get it back. He tried to do it all by himself. Hey, did you see Kansas win that game at Iowa State? McLemore hit that 3. Yeah. Unbelievable. You got a foul.
Banked it in, right?
Yeah, less than 5 seconds. Yeah. You got a foul. Same thing happened to Connecticut against Marquette. I agree with Mike DeCourcy, who is a terrific basketball mind from Sporting News. He says the same thing. Even though Izzo got away with one the other day. Gets higher.
Seth Curry. And he's called for the carry.
Well, he'll get away with that in the NBA. But you're not going to get away with it here. No doubt in the NBA he gets away with that. He was made a captain right before the Davidson game. He would have made him a captain earlier this year with Kelly and Plumlee, but they weren't even sure who's going to play.
Listen to the noise in this building, Dick.
I think Duke brings out that everywhere they go.
Leslie. The firing out there for Howell, and Plumlee down with the rebound. I think Jefferson got a piece of that. Leslie shot it. Look at Jefferson run the floor. The assist to Cook.
He's an athlete, but that was a terrific pass. That was a Peyton Manning, man. Laid that right up there.
Well, Mike Krzyzewski's got to be thrilled with what they've gotten out of Emil Jefferson so far.
He's running the court. He's playing hard. He's got a challenge right here.
Leslie will go to the free throw line.
He's got a heck of a matchup right there, trying to take on the veteran player. Now watch this. I mean, he makes like Peyton, and that's what Peyton's going to do against the Ravens. I know it's Raymond Lewis, and I love the guy, but when it's all said and done, Peyton will not be denied.
Leslie at the line for two. Jefferson picks up his second foul on the play as we check in again with Janine.
And guys, Jefferson stepping up for Duke, and that's just what Mike Krzyzewski was looking for. He told us before the game, without Ryan Kelly in the lineup, it changes our team. He said, I don't know what the impact is going to be. Kelly's one of the best in the country. Our five played as one. They had great chemistry. He said, without him, it's like losing Derek Jeter and putting in a rookie shortstop. Well, the rookie named Jefferson is doing all right so far.
Just went back to the bench, got some education there from Nate James as Josh Hairston's back in. Suleiman misses the short jumper. Hairston the offensive rebound.
He really gets on the glass. I like that analogy, Janine. A little baseball talk. A little baseball talk. Hey, what's your feelings? Hall of Fame, nobody got in.
Nobody. I was a little surprised. I thought Craig Biggio would get in. He eventually will get in.
Well, the three I wanted in were Biggio, Morris, and Murphy. I just love what they've done in their careers.
I wanted Tim Raines and Lee Smith in. We don't get a vote.
We're all for fun.
Leslie operating in the high post. Sizing up his man. Hairston, long jumper over him is good. What a skill set C.J. Leslie has.
Yeah, he can be a special player. There's no doubt about it. I think there's a tendency for him to drift a little bit in games. But when he plays at his level, you said it so well, Coach Sherman, he has a great multi-skilled game. Great being with you, buddy.
Me too. Plumlee on the drive, draws the foul, and will shoot a couple of free throws.
He's improved as a free throw
shooter. Yes, he has.
I mean, he was really a liability big time in the past. He has worked hard in that area. He's in the mid-60s.
I remember so many games that you and I did where he would miss free throws, and we'd sit there and watch him and say, boy, he looks like a better than 50% free throw shooter. They just weren't going in for him. But as you say, he's worked at it a lot. And not only is he shooting them better, he takes 8 free throws a game. He gets to the line a ton.
See, that's a real strength for you. Getting to the free throw line. What that does, it puts teams in foul trouble, puts people on the floor. It gives you charity points. He just has a confidence about him this year. Even when he walks around, he's got that swag, man. He's got that swag.
Missed them both.
He's matching our guy. Billis is really on swag.
Nobody's got Billis' swag.
Well, he got that swag. He's got a little Billis swag in him. Jay does a terrific job for us. That's all I got.
What a rock. Ground to Leslie.
Yeah, I'm going to Leslie a little more often. With Kelly out of the lineup, I would try to get him involved as much as possible. They're up 2, baby. Remember this. Unbeaten, only 2 out there. Duke and Michigan.
Now a steal.
This is where they're at their best. Give it up. He said, forget about it. Forget about it. Look at that emotion. Look at that passion. Are you serious? Are you finished? Are you haters? That's like college basketball doesn't count so much. You're wacky. You're wacky. Take a look at their strength. There's a little jam city by Mr. Purvis, the diaper dandy. Look at the emotion. Look at the feeling. And that'll be everywhere you go now. one big game after another. We'll have our first big game day going up to Hinkle next week.
Yep.
Butler and Gonzaga. Gonzaga a legit threat to the Final Four.
Kelly Olynyk playing about as well as anybody in the country right now. But 2 weeks from today, as Curry quiets the crowd with a three, we're going to be right back in this building 2 weeks from tonight for our second game day game. North Carolina will be here to take on NC State.
North Carolina has to make a commitment as a team defensively if they want to really be effective. They have to play defensive. Curry quiets the crowd real quickly with that silent jumper of his.
By the way, right after this game today, Carolina at Florida State was a house of horrors for them last year. Dave O'Brien and Doris Burke on the call as soon as this game is done.
Got a lot of fun down there. Florida State coming off a big win over Maryland at Maryland. They've had some stumbles this year, this Seminoles.
Duke trying to regain the lead. Suleiman the drive. Followed by Plumlee.
See, nobody blocks him out. Wide open to the glass. I mean, you got to know what a rebounder he is. First responsibility is get a body on him.
Raleigh to the other end as they trade the lead back and forth.
He's a pro. He's got pro ability. He's got size, quickness, athletic ability. He's got a little push. He's in there, Les Jones. He give me a little push. Trying to be a politician.
Green out there for Cook. Rebound still loose. Howell's got it.
Howell's one of the better rebounders in the country.
Numbers again. Brian Noel. Follow, yes.
One baby roll. That's their game. They want to roll. Jimmy V would love this. Jimmy V would be on cloud nine watching his Wolfpack here. He would love the passion and spirit here in this building.
Deflected out of bounds by Howell.
What enthusiasm and energy, Dan. What enthusiasm and energy.
High-level basketball game here in the ACC. NC State leads #1 Duke by 3. Max, thank you. What a first half we've had here in Raleigh. Great game, great atmosphere as NC State tries to knock off the top-ranked team in the nation, the Duke Blue Devils. The lead has gone back and forth so many times today.
That's matchup right there. Cook and Brown, two of the premier point guards in the ACC.
Cook, nice crossover, and buries the jumper. What a play.
Big time play. He has really elevated his game. You know, he lost the starting job earlier this year. Then he came out strong in that 3 incredible wins, beating Minnesota, VCU, and Louisville.
Coach K talks about a knee injury he suffered his senior year in high school. Didn't come in last year 100% healthy. And as a result, as Warren takes the bump, misses the shot, rebound by Howell, and he gets the follow. And because Cook never had any prior frame of reference at the college level, he wasn't healthy. He didn't have the explosion, the athleticism he normally had. So last year was kind of a difficult year for him. But now another year completely healthy. He thinks his confidence is at a whole other level.
Well, it should be up there. You get the MVP in that tournament against those 3 teams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big time. VCU is certainly outstanding with Shaka Smart. And Louisville, they got a break, but they took advantage of it. Jang wasn't in that game, and certainly that's a big plus. You got to take advantage. Just like NC State must take advantage of Kelly out of this lineup.
3-point lead for NC State as they do a little work, some moisture, perspiration on the court. And now we're ready to go with $1:15 left in the first half.
You know, the reason I say it's a must, expectations were so high, they were so lofty. When you think about NC State, everybody was saying, hey, they're the best. They're the creme de la creme of the ACC. Well, now you got to prove it. You got to prove it.
Tyler Lewis back in the game with a point for the Wolfpack. Mark Gottfried protecting Lorenzo Brown, who's got a couple of fouls. Howell with a steal. Ahead to Lewis.
He missed Purvis.
Warren misses the jumper.
He had Purvis on the left wing, just didn't see him. Didn't have the vision to find him. It's a smart move by Gottfried, though, taking him out for a moment.
Curry, another 3.
He can rain threes, man. He had 31 that he made coming into this game. Duke had 4 players with 15 threes or more, have made 117 coming into this game.
And Duke started very slowly from out beyond the arc. They were 0 for their first 5 from beyond the arc, but Curry has heated up, and that brings Duke back into a tie.
Simple little handoff to get Curry free. Just like Daddy, just like his older brother, they can stroke the jazz.
Do you know, in all likelihood, they're going to go down, Stephen and Seth, as the highest scoring brother combination in NCAA history.
No, I did not know that. That's unbelievable. I count on you for all these little great tidbits.
They're over 4,000 points already as Mom looks on from the stands here in Raleigh.
Mom, I thought that was his sister. That's his mother. I thought that was his sister.
The only brother combinations ahead of the Currys are the Hansbros, the Birds,
That's pretty good.
and the Persons. They're fourth right now, and they're going to wind up number one if Seth stays healthy. Lorenzo Brown back in as NC State can basically hold it for the last shot.
Well, I hope we can have a second half as entertaining as this first half. Got to watch those deflections. Duke really gets in a passing lane. Good denial.
About a 2.5-second difference between the game clock and shot clock as the Wolfpack run it down.
You got to have some motion offensively.
Brown almost lost it. Warren finds it. 3 to shoot. Drives and hits.
That looked like Bob Cousy back years and years ago, number 14.
Oh, and Cook almost nailed about a 50-footer at the end of the half.
What a terrific first half. If you weren't entertained by this, man, your heart is not beating. This was absolutely entertaining. That's some big mistakes.
Janine Edwards is with NC State coach Mark Godfrey.
Coach, second chance points and rebounds have been the story of the first half for Duke. What are you going to say to your guys to get that corrected?
Put a body on them. We got to rebound better. We've leaked out a couple times. We're too anxious to get in a break, and we've got to finish. We're actually guarding them pretty well, and we're giving them a second shot at it. So we've got to do a better job of just limiting them to one shot.
Now, you told me that this game would be a mystery without Ryan Kelly in the lineup. What have you seen so far that you need to adjust to?
Well, they put a McDonald All-American in there. Not a lot of people can do that, so they're pretty good there. But we just got to keep doing a good job with the ball screens. They get in the paint really well. We've got to do a good job there. Offensively, we're doing a lot of things well, and we've missed some easy ones. We've missed some easy ones. We got to make those.
It's a great game so far. Thanks, Coach.
Did you get that little ticket? What a McDonald's All-American. Hey, what about a Wendy's All-American?
How about Rodney Purvis, speaking of McDonald's All-Americans? NC State leading by 2. The UPS halftime report is next.
Welcome to our UPS halftime report with the coaches Bruce Pearl and Seth Greenberg. I'm Max Bredos. Duke, one of the last 2 unbeatens, facing an NC State team that really needs this win. What have you seen in that first half?
Well, first and foremost, the game started. C.J. Leslie was in the house.
But then as the half wore on, it became Calvin Leslie.
You guys have, of course, Mark Godfrey calls him Calvin to light a fire under his belly, and he certainly did there. Very entertaining first half. What do you expect to see here in the second half in the form of adjustments?
Well, I think first and foremost that North Carolina State's got to keep the ball in front, because when they're in rotation, all of a sudden Mason Plumlee, he's getting to the offensive glass. He's destroying them on the offensive glass. If they can keep the ball in front, all of a sudden now they're getting stops, now they're rebounding the ball, and now they're in transition.
NC State got beat to 50-50 balls. 11 offensive rebounds for Duke in the first half, making all kinds of energy plays. And the number one way that NC State scores is in transition. Scott Woods got 3 balls in transition. Duke's got to get back and make NC State beat their half-court defense.
One of those threes turned out to be a 4-point play. So NC State right now up 2 on Duke in the first half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Charles Schwab. Let's talk about giving your portfolio a better chance to grow. Talk to Chuck. This halftime report is delivered by UPS. Let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you. This halftime report is delivered by UPS. Let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you.
You may have seen earlier in our halftime shot here, you had a pocket square, Coach Pearl, and then it was gone. We're trying to find its whereabouts, and there it is.
Coach Pearl had a turnover, but as a good point guard, I ran it down, and I'm
My children are making a fashion statement here with this thing.
Looks good with or without. You can go either direction if you want. All right, second half coming up. Duke, 1 of 2 undefeateds. Do they remain that by the end of this second half?
I don't think so. I think NC State needs to impose their will on the game in the second half.
Too big, too many weapons. NC State, they were picked to win the league at home. They got to hold serve.
Fair enough. It's big for NC State. C.J. Leslie's been shut out, but Calvin's got 11 at the break.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Understanding the connections of a complex global economy. Invest with confidence. And the Lincoln Motor Company.
Welcome back to the Saturday Showcase. Presented by 5 Hour Energy. This is the ACC on ESPN. Number 1 Duke, number 20 North Carolina State. And what a first half of basketball. Unbelievable energy in the building. Unbelievable pace to the game and a 2-point lead for the Wolfpack.
Well, they did a great job, as Janine kept saying, all entire half on the offensive boards. Duke really dominated a 2-to-1 ratio. And that's an area that has to be concerned for Mark Guthrie. But he said it the best. You got to block out. For Duke, they got to be excited about the performance of Jefferson stepping in off the bench. He was really outstanding.
Big first half for Mason Plumlee. Also the work of Emil Jefferson, Josh Hairston, so important for the injured Ryan Kelly. And a lot of points in transition for NC State, Janine.
That's right, Dan. I spoke to assistant coach Chris Collins, who said, hey, we don't want to turn this thing into a track meet, but we have got to keep up with these guys in transition. We lost Wood twice early in the game. Brown is dangerous when he gets loose, so we've got to keep up with those guys. Offensively, we're happy. We're getting good looks, but this game will come down to defense.
Scott Wood went 3 for 3 from three-point range in the first half. He's got 10. Duke went only 2 of 8 as a team from three-point range. Brown the miss. Howell the rebound. And gets it to go to make it a 4-point game.
Well, I think also a plus right now for North Carolina State. Howell rebounded, but keeping out of foul trouble. He's had such a history of foul trouble and not a very deep team when you look at NC State.
Again, Richard Howell doing all the dirty work for the Wolfpack. 8 points, 5 rebounds so far today. Rashid Suleiman misses the 3, and the rebound as Howell rips it away from Plumlee.
He's really struggling shooting the ball, Rashid, his last few basketball games. He needs a couple of shots to get back his confidence. But he's such a multi-talented player. He defends really well. He doesn't allow him to affect him on the defensive end.
Lorenzo Brown, by the way, Dick, had 7 assists in the first half, 2 turnovers. Quinn Cook, 4 assists and 3 turnovers.
Well, you know, he played under control, and that's really a positive.
Leslie just inside the three-point line. Howell with the foul again.
He's so quick. He is so quick to the offensive boards. He has that special nose for it. The best I've ever seen. That was Moses Malone. It was unbelievable the way he used to rebound.
An early timeout for Mike Krzyzewski. Richard Howell with a couple of putbacks for State to give them the largest lead of the afternoon. Good start in the second half for NC State. The Wolfpack now with its largest lead of the afternoon, and all the thanks here for the second half. Richard Vital goes to Richard Howell.
Yeah, Richard Howell really has done a great job on the offensive boards. Has his quickness around the basket. Now watch him right here. He's going to go over the loose ball, and he's so quick in his conversion. He's a kid. Only had 1 foul in the first half. Duke's such a strong second half team normally.
The Blue Devils ranked number 1 unbeaten on the season at 15-0 with a number of quality wins over ranked teams already this year. NC State has won 9 in a row. They're 13-2 as Hairston knocks it down. Hairston and Jefferson have now combined for 14 points in this game.
Well, they certainly have made some of the difference. Not Kelly on the floor, but you still lose his leadership ability, his passing ability. I mean, the guy scores, shoots 52% from the 3. So even though you take that combination, it really doesn't eliminate the fact that he's not playing.
Agreed. Howell, Plumlee giving him a little bit of a cushion. Purvis for 3.
That's an area he's got to work on a little bit more. He's got to be a better perimeter shooter. He's a driver, a slasher, strong, physically. Got to be an outstanding college player. Our Godfrey did a heck of a job, I thought, at Alabama. Sometimes it's not good enough because you spoil people.
Well, he got it going in a hurry here at NC State. That late run, a couple of wins in the ACC tournament last year, got them into the big dance. Then they won 2 games, beat San Diego State, Georgetown, lost in the Sweet 16. And he's got another strong recruiting class coming in next year, as does Duke. Rebound down to Leslie. Paul Biancardi sending me some information. Both of these teams considered with top 10 recruiting classes next year. Count the basket for Purvis.
Purvis, 30 years driving without the basket. You're right about Paul Biancardi, who worked so hard. Mike Krzyzewski and his staff got a bonanza when they got Jabari Parker. They're really attacking the basket here. He's so strong when you look at Purvis. Maybe he's got strength going to the goal. And you think about NC State, they got some great players too. Got a kid from out of DeMatha who's very good by the name of Anya. B.J. Anya, and then they got a kid by the name of Barber from out of Hampton, Virginia. Kyle Washington. Things are going well. See, a little training at ESPN, just like Lavin. They get their training. Do you hear me, Mr. Pearl? Do you hear me, Mr. Greenberg? They get their training, and then the phone rings, and they get the thirst for an unbelievable. Let's face it, coaching, you get a high that we don't get on television.
Thornton misses the three. Are you trying to tell me you might head back to the sideline?
Oh, I'm telling you that. I look at my career, it's one thing I'm more empty on my career, but I wish I would have given it a little bit more shot in the college league.
How about Richard Howell?
Nice Howell, man. Really working like you cannot believe. I think as you get older, you start thinking about that. What would it like to be the coach at a school like this?
Wolfpack ball. Brown, air ball, and it'll be Duke ball. Let's check in with Janine Edwards.
Howell is around the basket. Mason Plumlee said, we better box him out. Sometimes his best shot is a missed shot because he just goes and gets it and gets closer to the basket. He is a high motor guy. That's for sure.
You know, when you hear people talk nationally, Dick, about NC State, they talk about Leslie, obviously. They talk about Brown. They talk about Wood and his shooting. Richard Howell just does not get enough attention for the job that he does for this team.
Yeah, he's really with us. A guy on the inside. He's their anchor on the interior. Rebounds. He was the difference maker in the game against Connecticut.
Nice pass. And Jefferson the finish on the assist from Cook.
I'm telling you something. Jefferson is going to be in their rotation. This is the kind of game that can elevate you to that level.
Alex Murphy into the game for the first time, and he draws Howell right now. Now they switch. He's on Wood. Brown takes the back, forces it up, and draws the foul.
Yeah, he created that opportunity with his body.
Jefferson doesn't like it, but he's called for the foul. We got a good one going here in Raleigh. NC State continues to lead Duke here in Raleigh. Big Monday's got a couple of great games coming your way Monday night. It is Big Monday presented by Bud Light, and it begins with Louisville. Sorry, Super Tuesday, Tennessee and Kentucky. And then Wisconsin and Indiana. Forgive me, this is the Tuesday slate of games. Indiana up big on Minnesota right now. This is all a part of My Home Court Week on ESPN, a celebration of the great college basketball venues around the country. And here's Dickie V's top five.
Well, you know, every year it changes, but right now those five really jump at me. Down at Assembly Hall, Indiana going to be so tough to beat on that floor. Rupp is always special. There's something about the passion of Big Blue Nation and Kansas. I mean, you kidding me? Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, and oh, the Cameron Crazies. That is as special as it gets, my friend.
You know, we're going to go to a pretty interesting, unique place next week when we go to Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because, first of all, you got two quality teams. The job that Brad Stevens has done. You talk about an impact transfer. The kid Clark shooting threes has been off the charts.
Gonzaga at Butler, our first official game day game as we begin our Saturday prime package 1 week from tonight.
Brown doing a good job staying in front of Cook. He's been able to handle most guys trying to defend him.
Curry from the elbow, knocks it down.
Every time they need a big shot, you go to Curry. That happened in the Kentucky game. Oh, look at this transition. Look at this in transition. Richard Howell, he points, says thank you for the assist, but he did it by running the court. You got to run, baby, you got to run.
Howell's got 8 points here in the second half and a game-high 14 in the game, and we got a call going against Duke.
Also what Howell's done is they gave him that advantage that Duke had on the offensive glass here. He's cut that number down big time.
Foul was on Curry, his first.
It was like 11-2 at one time. It's 11-8. So they're doing a better job listening to Coach Gottfried at halftime.
NC State basically playing only 6 players. Can they keep up this kind of a pace the entire day? Leslie fouled by Jefferson, and that is the 4th on the freshman.
Well, that's the one area he's going to have to improve. But that's asking a lot of the kid. Put him on the floor against one of the most talented and skilled post players in the country. That's where a guy like Curry is missed.
So Hairston back in for Jefferson. Murphy also goes to the bench.
I don't know what his professor's going to give him down here at Duke, but Professor Vitale's giving him an A+ for his effort here tonight.
Brown misses misses the three. Hairston's got it. And gets a timeout call.
Keeps looking at Gary Maxwell. So I got a TO, baby. I got a TO.
ESPN College Basketball is available live anytime, anywhere on your computer, tablet, or smartphone at watchespn.com and with the Watch ESPN app. And what a great time it is right now for college basketball. We're getting into the heat of conference play. I know you love going to, home court situations. More fun for you than neutral court. By the way, for Duke, this is their first true road game of the season. They play Davidson in Charlotte, but downtown. This is the first time they've actually played on an opponent's home court all the season.
And you don't have to get in the plane to fly out, deal with all the fog and all the problems. They basically just get in that bus and they drive over here. That's a great advantage, man. But you're right. Love all those. The only thing I don't like about this place here, can't send any tweets out. I try to send tweets out. I got Twitter/DickieV. I know you follow me.
Of course
I'm trying to send my tweets out. You can't send anything out.
You love Twitter.
I apologize for all my Twitch fans.
Plumlee. Too much dribbling for the big guy, and he turns it over.
Lorenzo Brown, really solid the quarterback. Cavaliers, you don't win big in basketball without terrific point guard play. This team started November 4-2.
And what a challenge at the rim by Plumlee.
Good interior passing, but Plumlee took that away. And look at this, they get a deuce the other way. It's a 4-point turnaround. A 4-point turnaround.
Josh Hairston with another bucket. He's got 8. Haven't seen Duke in transition a whole lot today, especially compared to NC State, but they did it well that time.
They would have been up 10. Instead you're up 6. A big difference.
Leslie gets free and a foul.
Okay, he is quick. He has a really excellent first step.
Let's go back and look at a pretty impressive block shot from Mason Plumlee.
I mean, you talk about stock going up and up. Here's Plumlee rotating over to the help side. Good extension, the block shot, takes away the layup, and then he's running for a quick deuce the other end. His stock is going way up.
Big brother Miles already in the NBA. Little brother Marshall getting limited minutes back from a foot injury. 7-footer, real good motor, loves to play inside. And bang, go get rebounds, and he's getting just a few minutes here and there at this point for the Blue Devils.
Well, I was on a phone with Steve Wojciechowski, and he basically said he missed so much time, and that really set him back big time. They think he's going to be a guy, give him minutes because of that size, true low post player. They got a heck of a staff on that sideline. When you look at that staff for Dukes, Chris Collins, those guys are really the coaching as a head coach.
Suleiman drives strong to the goal and draws the foul. Let's take a look now at our Wendy's Wooden Watch. And Mason Plumlee is one of the midseason top 25 candidates. Did not do a whole lot by his standards the last 3 games after a great start to the season, but on the verge of a double-double with a lot of time left to go in this one.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The Wendy's Wooden Watch, whoever wins Wendy's, they better get the bacon burger, baby. It's the bacon, baby. You're going to be hearing that.
Seth Curry is also on the list as one of the midseason 25.
I think the kid's going to be tough to beat down at Creighton. I really do. He's going to be right there. He is such a multi-talented player. Had 39 last night. Terrific talent. I love Trey Burke. That's going to be some matchup.
He's playing as well as anybody in the country.
Well, I think Michigan has the best backcourt in America. Stoskis, the kid from Canada, certainly could shoot it. Hardaway is special, and they're playing so well. John Beeline's done a phenomenal job with that team. They tell me, I haven't been to Chrysler in a long time. I can't wait to get them to be doing the Ohio State game there. I'm telling you, they tell me that place is rocking. It's been changed big time by their AJ.
Suleiman knocks down a couple of free throws, and he'll head to the bench as Tyler Thornton comes back in for the first time this half. Picked up 3 fouls in the first half.
Steve Brown he has to break down, cook, create numbers, create opportunities. The key for them is their interior play. They've done a better job, dude, locking up on Wood, not giving them threes.
Hairston forces the turnover. Josh Hairston has given Duke a great effort today, starting for the injured Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, he and Bo Jefferson have done a solid job in that position. Laying screens. Right there, he set up the screen.
Cook with the drive and hits the floater.
He has really elevated his game offensively. I haven't heard about him on the defensive end, but he has really improved offensively.
Duke slows NC State down in transition this time. But then Brown buries a three.
Brown squared his body, got a good look, didn't force any shots, and that's the key as well. They were totally humiliated and embarrassed by Marcus Smart, the diaper dandy in Oklahoma State. Blew them out, embarrassed.
Plumlee one-on-one with Leslie. Spins and draws the foul.
What I liked about Plumlee right there, he had an answer to a great defensive effort. The defense beat him to the baseline, and yet he spun back. I was working on that move with my grandsons yesterday.
Were you playing O or D?
I was just passing the ball.
Oh, okay.
And I went up in the post. I said, Connor, you got to understand. You got to say what happens when a defensive guy is good enough to beat you to that spot. You got to answer it and answer it by coming back, and that's what he did there.
Purvis back in, Leslie to the bench. As Mark Gottfried continues to use basically just 6 players. Big minutes for all of the key guys on this Wolfpack team.
Hey, Dan, if it gets really close at the end, go the last 5 minutes, free throw shooting becomes big time, and that edge goes as a team to do.
Hairston into the lane early, so it's Wolfpack ball. 6-point deficit for the #1 team in the nation, the Duke Blue Devils, but a lot of time left in this one. Lorenzo Brown with the ball, leading the ACC in assists. Quinn Cook of Duke, second in the ACC in assists. 2 top point guards. Purvis will shake and bake, left it short.
He's got to watch it, trying to do too much by himself. You know, you're trying to little shake and bake, want to be impressive. Got to stay within the team offensive sets.
Curry behind a screen from Plumlee. Misses the 3 and another rebound for Howell.
And they're doing a better job finding a Duke player and putting a body on him.
Dick, 9th double-double of the season for Howell. The spin, but Brown can't finish.
Lorenzo Brown did everything right, but didn't convert. Nice matchup. Cook and Brown. Picked up his dribble. Trying to set a screen up for Curry.
Curry the drive, slithers in and lays it in.
You know, that's the area that he's improved on. Everybody thought he was a standstill jump shooter. We saw that against Kentucky. They went to him time after time late in that game, and he made big play attacking the basket.
Curry is in some pain. He was wincing as he came back down the court on defense. There is a timeout coming on the next whistle. Remember, he's got a right leg injury, has not been practicing much at all this season. We don't know if this is related to that, but he appears to be favoring something right now.
They try to micromanage his time in practice because of that leg.
Plumlee with a running hook won't go. Tapped back out by Hairston, and Thornton's got it.
Little things like that, intangibles. Hairston keeping the ball alive, giving you a second opportunity.
For 3. Got it!
Doesn't bother him. Doesn't bother him.
Not wincing or grimacing anymore, is he?
Nothing like a little nylon to make you feel good. I said it earlier, every big play, that kid makes them. He was big last year when they were down 20 with 11 on the clock. Came back and beat North Carolina State. He scored 21 of his 26 points in that second half. Let's see if we can try to see what might have happened to Curry. It looked like it happened on the driving layup. He stumbled a little bit there. Got knocked to the court and then was limping a little bit. You could really see it in his face more than anything as he was going back down the court. Nice sliding drive. And then the three-pointer. And this is what he does so well. One of the better three-point shooters in America. 41% on the season for Seth Curry. That's also his career three-point percentage. Certain guys, when you let it fly, you feel it's going in. The 2 best I've seen in my 37 years were Chris Mullen and Steve Wolford. Every time they went to shoot it, I thought it was down.
Duke has certainly had its fair share of great outside shooters, and Curry taking his rightful place among them with the numbers he's put up in his career. The NC State lead is down to 1.
Duke's done a better job taking away the running game, making them play 5-on-5 right now. Can't get any open looks for Wood.
Leslie, step back, 17-footer, good.
See, he's got versatility. He can post you down inside, has the great first step, the drop step, and he can shoot that little jump shot. Duke can have good spacing. Set up 2 screens, one by Plumlee and one by Hairston.
To get Curry free, misses the 3, and guess who with another rebound? Richard Howell already with his 9th double-double of the season.
He just loves the rebound, man. He's got that body. He loves coming down with that ball. He wants it.
Leslie wants it right now, working hard on the inside.
As opposed to, we talked about his jump shot, prior possession, and then he comes back showing the versatility with the best move. Oh, this place is electric. Tell your friends, baby, this is going to the wire. Will the Dukies be undefeated by about 2:30? Will they be undefeated? And Michigan better lace them up going to Columbus.
5-point lead now for the Wolfpack. Leslie up to 17 points on the afternoon.
Boy, they are really working on Suleiman. Not letting the ball go near Wood.
A foul before the basket. The charge is called on Brown, so no basket.
That's 3 on him, too. That's number 3 on Brown.
What a big call that is.
What a great job defensively by Suleiman on Wood. And look at Leslie. He's showing why I picked him first-team preseason All-American. That's the little jump shot. Look at Godfrey's. I like it. I love it.
All right, Max, thank you. 5-point lead for NC State over Duke. Duke has not been able to get on the offensive glass like they did in the first half. On the other side, Rashid Suleiman has done a very nice job on Scott Wood. Wood's only attempted 3 shots today. They've all been threes. He hit all of them. He's on the bench right now, but Suleiman doing a good job defensively when Wood's been in the game.
Yeah, don't give any help. Just stay on top of him.
Nice look. And Jefferson can't get to throw on the reverse.
Made a good move on that baseline. Good reverse opportunity. Came up short.
Jefferson with 4 fouls just back into the game and guarding C.J. Leslie, who's been hot.
I'd go right at him right now. You got to go at the diaper dandy. I'd dump it right inside. You got to know situation, time, strategy. He's got 4 fouls. You got to dump it into him.
And Brown wants it. They're trying to get a cross screen to get Leslie across. And let's see if this is Jefferson. And it is. So they went right after him. Good awareness by the Wolfpack.
Trying to lay a horizontal screen. That's a heck of a matchup for him. There he is right now, trying to deny him, trying to beat him over the top of that screen. He's trying to get over the top. And they get him for a hold. He's going to learn, though. He's going to be a factor at Duke. Trust me, this kid's going to be a very good player. Not an average player. He's got a fierce competitiveness about him. Came out as a big-time high school player. In fact, Mark Godfrey let Janine know. Said it's pretty nice you lose Kelly and you bring in a McDonald's high school All-American. That was a little good to do.
Leslie on the verge of taking over here in the second half.
Well, he should. No Kelly. He's a star. He's a veteran. You're on your home turf. This is a must game. I said it on top of the show, and I'll say it again. A must game for NC State if they are a legitimate contender for the ACC.
Count the basket and the foul.
That was big. That was big. Duke needs a TO, baby. Oh, yes. They're rocking in Raleigh. They're rocking in Raleigh.
In transition again, Brown to Purvis, and the Wolfpack are up by 9.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. What will you do in 5 hours?
NC State trying to knock off #1 Duke, and they've got a 9-point lead. That's the largest lead of the afternoon for the Wolfpack, and the biggest reason why the guy wearing #5, not that guy. That guy.
Yeah,
he has had an outstanding second half.
He really has. He's shown the ability to make the 17-footer. He's posted really well. Played with good IQ when he knew Jefferson had 4. Wanted the ball. He's very quick off that bounce down to the post. I love that hard bounce and attack to the basket.
Janine has more.
Well, guys, unless Duke starts doubling up on C.J. Leslie, Mark Gottfried intends to keep feeding him the ball because he is hot. And in that last timeout, he was just telling his team, guys, there's a lot of time left on the clock here. This is a war. This is going to come right down to the final minutes. Don't slack on defense.
They're really doing a good job matching up on the perimeter, trying to take away that 3. Teams only shoot 29% against them. They can lock it up. They're getting after Curry. Got a turnover. Good defensive effort right there in that sequence.
11th turnover committed by Duke.
Really did a terrific job right there. All 5 in unison. So many teams I see over the years, Dan. The guy playing the ball plays tough, and everybody else is asleep. You got to play defense as a unit, just like you do offensively.
Lorenzo Brown, by the way, has 11 assists on the day that matches his season high. His career high is 13.
He really has played well within himself. Haven't seen bad shots.
Howell's been terrific as well. Misses the jumper, rebound Plumlee.
See that area, don't allow him to shoot that jump shot.
Double-double for Plumlee now, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Sorry, Dick. Cook the drive, lays it in with a left hand.
Nobody rotated off. A poor defensive sequence there. Positive the previous, negative that one, because nobody rotated over to give help. You got to stop the ball going to the goal. See, I go to Leslie now, right at Plumlee. Challenge the big guy. Don't let him rest on the defensive end.
And a moving screen is the call.
See, those are the kind of things you can't do. Last possession, bad shot. Now you get a moving screen. So you have 2 possessions, you come up empty. You don't want to give Duke life coming down the last 3 minutes. They find a way to win.
Wood was called for the foul, although Purvis was acting like it might have been on him. Either way, went against NC State. Hairston the offensive rebound. Curry wide open for 3.
And he better go give a big bear hug to Hairston, who made that happen.
Leslie elevates over Plumlee and lays it in.
He runs the court really well. He's going to be a very good NBA player. He runs the court well. That was a terrific job by Hairston to get that opportunity for Curry.
21 now for Leslie. Cook. Underneath for Hairston, out of bounds, and it'll stay at this end of the court for Duke.
He was up in the air, Cook. He was thinking on the weak side. There was going to be a little dump down. Coach K, what a career. I mean, we can go on an hour and hour about what he's achieved in his career. And all I can say is one name, Tom Butters, that he stayed with him after his first 3 years, the AD at Duke. In today's day and age, there's such a quick trigger with all the social media. I mean, look what he's achieved coming out of West Point under the General Robert Montgomery Knight.
942 wins, 4 national championships, not to mention 2 Olympic gold medals. Cook to miss. Howell wraps up another rebound, his 14th.
He's a rebounding machine, man. He's the Windex man. Really getting up on that glass.
Boy, they just got it over. Brown walked it up the court so slowly. That was almost a 10-second call. Whoa, out of bounds. Good hands by Coach Gottfried.
Wood would love to get some looks. He can't get an open look. Whoever's guarding him for Duke, right now it's Thornton. They're going to be right in his face, give no help.
And maybe an issue with Lorenzo Brown. He may be cut.
Hey, while that's happened, I want to say in the house here, came over, took a picture. American Idol winner, Scotty McCreery. Scotty McCreery, baby. He's a student.
Still a student here, right?
He said he goes Monday to Wednesday, and then he goes tour Thursday.
There he is.
Look at Scotty. He won American Idol, met his dad at a North Carolina game. He's a student Monday to Wednesday, and he has a nice deal because then he goes tour, makes some cash.
Not bad.
Thursday, yeah. And he doesn't get penalized by the NCAA either. They don't penalize him. Come on, Jay Billis, let me hear about that. They don't penalize him. He gets cash for singing.
Leslie defended by Plumlee. 5 to shoot. The jumper.
For the rebound. Number 15. Number 15. You got to give him the MVP.
He is a beast.
You got to give him the MVP in this game if they continue to win this basketball game. There he is working on the glass. Now he goes to the free throw line. Lorenzo walking around, tapping guys on the rear end. I like that. Showing some leadership.
4th foul on Thornton. 15th rebound for Howell, whose career high is 19.
North Carolina State's won 10 in a row on this floor. They have a 9-game winning streak right now with really 2 what you would call quality wins.
Yep.
I mean, Stanford, a good team, but not a great team. And Connecticut, by the way, I'm so happy that they gave that extension to Kevin Ollie. He deserved it.
Well, this year was the first year as Marshall Plumlee comes into the game now for Hairston. This is the first year since 1975 that the Wolfpack were picked to win the ACC preseason. And if they win this game, it'll be their first 3-0 start in ACC play since 1989.
Here's Marshall Plumlee on the floor for the very first time. He lays some screens inside for his brother. He's posted up inside, above the screen, across the lane. C.J. Leslie matched up on Plumlee, 2 of the better big people in the ACC. Come away from the basket.
Not a lot of movement of this possession by Duke. Mason Plumlee's going to try to do it himself. And does.
Did a great job. A little isolation, a one-on-one. Used the left hand exceptionally well. They need some stops right now, Duke. They need some stops.
Marshall Plumlee's in there for one reason. Put a body on Howell and keep him off the glass.
Also to lay some screens with that body.
Yep.
Take it right here, just a little one-on-one, a little isolation. Sees the gap in the defense. See the top guy defensively. You're not guarding anybody up on top. You got to come over and give help on that.
Leslie actually got a piece of that shot, but it still went in for Plumlee. Nearing the final 4 minutes, NC State up 7 on number 1 Duke. Brown.
Not the shot you want there.
Boy, Mark Gottfried is furious.
I don't blame him. I'd be furious too. Plumlee wanted the ball. A little frustrated right there. Had post position, had the back to the basket, had the guy playing on his backside. He wants it, right? Yeah, he wants it.
With another big shot.
He wants it. Big shot after big shot. They just don't go away.
Curry had 26 last year with a big comeback win at Cameron over NC State. He's got 22 here today.
15-0 Duke. Will they be unblemished?
T.J. Warren gets the bounce. Haven't heard from him in a while, but a big basket for the Wolfpack.
He has good touch. Shooting about 68% for the year. Need a defensive stop right here for NC State. Take some momentum.
Duke trying to run Curry off a series of screens. Curry goes down and is shaken up.
Yeah, his leg he's grabbing. You talked about it so well earlier about his leg problems.
This has to be of great concern to Duke. They know, and we don't know if it's related, but we know that Curry has been dealing with a right leg injury the entire season. They've already lost Ryan Kelly for an indefinite period. And Mom can't even bear to look. We will update you when we come back. You get another look going to break.
Slipped.
All right, Max, thank you. Suleiman around and out, and the ball down to Howell again. Another rebound. Seth Curry out of the game, not on the bench. They're working on him in the back hallway toward the Duke locker room. We believe the injury that he suffered was to his left leg, and the injury that he's been dealing with the entire season is his right leg. So it appears it's unrelated. We'll try to get you a replay as soon as time allows.
That puts a little pressure on Suleiman and Cook to make shots.
Howell with yet another rebound.
Unbelievable. They're also shooting 50%. They lead the nation in field goal percentage at 53.
Look at the afternoon for Richard Howell. 16 points, 17 rebounds.
Wow. He's going to be right up there for my weekly awards as an award winner. Goes to my website.
Let's go back and have a look at the injury sustained by Seth Curry. There's a live shot of him being worked on in a back tunnel. He slipped, and his left leg, it looked like, kind of got caught and buckled underneath him a little bit. And his mom, Sonia, looking on with a lot of concern, saying, "Get up, Seth, get up, baby," over and over again. Here in Raleigh, he eventually needed some assistance to get up and is out of the game at the moment. They're not that deep, and Kelly's out indefinitely. So Hairston and Jefferson filling in, but Seth Curry does so many important things for this team.
He does. Hey, buddy, I'm going to put you on a little spot. You always put me on a spot.
I do.
If Michigan loses down at Ohio State, they lose here. We've seen Arizona lose. Who's your number one?
Thinking Louisville, aren't you?
Absolutely. And you know what? With Jang, I think they're the best team in the country.
And a travel to call, no basket for Leslie.
They were my preseason number one with Patino's club. Mark Godfrey's got to be so pleased with the effort here. This would be their first signature win of the year. What you call really quality W. Take on number one. You're in your house. Take advantage of the fact that one of their stars is out of the lineup.
Hairston back in for Marshall Plumlee. 2:12 to go. 6-point deficit for Duke.
That feeling of a lot sweeter.
Nice move by Plumlee. What an up and under.
Great move inside to get that ball. He has really become a complete inside post player.
And no Curry, no Kelly. You figure it's Plumlee and maybe Cook who are going to be the guys who have to lead Duke back if they can rally.
And you think about that. Kelly, Curry, and Plumlee, 3 experienced senior leaders, veteran quality players. Very rare today in college basketball.
Leslie, again.
Leslie and Howe. We talked at the top of the show, that would be the key. Curry's going to come back to the line. They have been a dominant force like we had projected in the top of our show on our 101. Leslie and Howe.
Curry is back on the bench right now for Duke, but the lead is 6 as C.J. Leslie is having a monster afternoon.
What a rocking afternoon. C.J. Leslie showing that great potential everybody speaks about. I tell you, no doubt the Big Ten is clearly the best conference in America. But the ACC is better than people believe. Keep an eye on Miami. Miami, if they had Reggie Johnson, Jimmy Larinaga, what a job he has done with that club. Had that good win over North Carolina. We're going to go down to Miami.
On the 23rd when Duke is there. What an environment. What a scene here this afternoon at a PNC Arena in Raleigh. And C.J. Leslie having a huge game. He and Richard Howe, Lorenzo Brown, you're talking about guys who have been together a while, talented and experienced.
Had that great run last year at the end of the year.
Cook, tough shot.
Real tough shot. A bit of Orgery shot in that sequence. A big possession. By now, Duke has to come up with a turnover.
Chris Collins is yelling foul.
Yeah, because they're not a good free throw shooting team. They don't take too much time off the clock.
Warren would have been a good guy to foul. He was the guy you wanted to foul.
He shoots 40-something. You don't want to foul that guy. You don't want to foul number 15.
Now they foul Brown, who's 77%. Not only do they foul a better free throw shooter, but they let 7 or 8 more seconds tick off the clock.
Hey, did you see the numbers on Wood on the free throw line?
90.
I mean, they're scary.
90.
Scary. Career-wise, he's right way up there on top, too. He has a tough time getting the ball. Getting free to get the ball in his hands.
Other than Wood, though, if you're Mark Gottfried, your next best choice on the line is the guy who's going to the line right now in Brown.
You were right, Joe. Warren shoots 40-some%.
Yeah.
Had the ball in his hands. You got to know that.
1-and-1.
Now the question is, do they rush the court? They do?
I think they do.
Oh, we better watch out here. Them behind us.
We're in the line of fire here.
Uh-oh.
Still 50 seconds to go.
I see people filing out, man. They're crazy. They're filing out. Duke's had a quick shot.
And Cook gets the lay-in. Timeout, Mike Krzyzewski. The last timeout for Duke.
What a great maneuver right there by Cook, getting to the basket. He is going to become one heck of a guard. He's already become one of the better ones in the ACC. I think he has such an upside to his game. He plays next year with Jamari Parker. You see Parker? That is special. Oh, is he special? Met the new football coach here today, Dave Duran. Came from Northern Illinois, gave a little speech at halftime, came over, we got a picture.
Boy, his Mark Godfrey got him going here in Raleigh, huh?
Spirit,
wow.
Enthusiasm, college basketball. It's awesome, baby, with a capital A.
NC State's last win over a #1 ranked team was against Duke, and it came in 2004. They are 40 seconds away. They've got the ball and a 5-point lead.
I tell you one thing, I'm going to miss this so much when the time comes to say bye-bye to you, because this has been so special to me to be in games after games, sitting here. It's been unbelievable, and getting paid.
North Carolina down in Tallahassee to take on Florida State. Dave O'Brien, Doris Burke standing by to bring you that game at the conclusion of this one.
I think North Carolina's going to have a solid performance. I think a little chip on their shoulder after getting beat at home. Starting this year 0-2.
Remember what happened to them down in Tallahassee last year as well. They got blown out.
Hey, Doris is down there with Davey. Doris does a fantastic job for us. NBA, college basketball, women's basketball.
2 defenders on Wood. They want to prevent him from getting the ball at all costs. Foul somebody else.
That's so smart. So smart. I guess that's why the guy's in the Hall of Fame, why he's won gold medals.
But it's Brown again. And again, he's the next best option if you're NC State. Seth Curry on the bench. Injured left leg, it appeared, a couple of minutes ago. And of course, Ryan Kelly out indefinitely after sustaining a foot injury earlier this week.
That's quite a bit coming down the stretch, having those 2 guys sit next to you as an assistant coach. I remember I was coaching the Pistons, had Bob Lanier sitting next to me in the suit. And he said, you know, we got a problem. We can't stop Jamal inside. I said, no kidding. You're sitting next to me. Got me fired.
And the next thing you know, you're calling games for ESPN.
And I'm undefeated for 34 years. I always tease Bob when I see the big Dama.
2 big free throws.
Well, you're a veteran. You got to convert. You're the leader. You don't want to foul here. You don't want to foul.
And they do call a foul on Howell, not up top on the block. But Gary Maxwell, the official, is saying down low with a body. Says he got him with a push.
Yeah, you don't want to stop the clock and allow him to set up in a defensive sequence right now. Right there, let him go to the basket. You don't want to stop the clock. Now it stops on the possession in the last minute.
Crowd got to look at the replay and, of course, didn't like the call.
I'm really impressed with Cook. Even though losing, I'm impressed with his toughness, his handling ability, his poise. I can see why he was that MVP up at the Olympics.
See if Duke can force the ball into somebody else's hands other than Wood or Brown. Nearly a steal, but Thornton is called for the foul. And now a 90% free throw shooter is going to the line for 2. And Thornton is out of the game.
He's the guy you want to put on the line. He walks up there with such confidence. He's got to work so much harder on getting free to take advantage of an incredible sharp-shooting ability he possesses. Remember, the clock stops now in the last minute.
So Thornton fouls out. Hairston will come back in. And one of the best free throw shooters in the country at the line for the Wolfpack.
He's 90% this year, career over 87%. Splash. Just splash. Don't waste time, Dan. Put it in the book now. Tell John Madre to get it down, our stat guy. Why wait? Why wait? Save yourself the time. It's automatic, man. It's automatic. Nothing but no line. Tickle the twine. Celebration is going to about to begin. Now the question is, will Michigan be able to survive in Columbus, Ohio?
Ooh. Cook did not get away with it. Call for the carry.
This one's academic.
Yep.
This one's tucked away. And they'll go back to the drawing board. They got a couple of positives here today. Emil Jefferson was a positive. Even though he fouled out, he was a positive.
Cook just waiting to get fouled. And now they'll foul Leslie.
Well, the last time they beat a number one was in 2004. It was a team with 5 NBA players, with J.J. Redick and company, and it was Duke.
And this will be the 6th win in the history of the North Carolina State program over a number 1 ranked team. The 2nd of those wins to come against Duke. NC State with a win today would go to 6-26 all time against number 1.
When I think of NC State, immediately 2 names jump at me. Jimmy V and David Thompson. If I had to pick the 5 best college players in my time that I've ever seen, David would be one of them. As a college small forward, he was unbelievable. Let the parties begin. Raleigh will rock and roll tonight.
Cook for 3. Duke out of timeouts. The ball into the hands of Wood again.
He knows he wants to fill that stat sheet right now. He's going to get it to double figures, which he is right now. He's already over double figures already. They took 3 shots, made all 3.
Got 12 points, 3 for 3 from the field. And they are ready. Dick, they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. There's no doubt about it. And if you Duke, you got the engine. The bus is starting, the engine, and you're ready to get back to Durham. And they'll still have a marvelous year again this year. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. That's the one fear you have, watching people rush the court.
Cook fouled out, so that's why Marshall Plumlee's back in for him.
But sometimes you can understand the jubilation and the excitement of the college kids. I mean, this is play Duke, number 1, and you just worry about someone getting hurt.
Carolina, Florida State next here on ESPN. 15 seconds left. 2 more free throws for Wood.
As automatic as having a cup of coffee in the morning. He's as automatic.
Suleiman.
He's really had a tough time with his shot.
Yep.
Tough time. Another rebound from Mr. Howard. Oh, they're proud now. Lorenzo Brown's dancing with joy.
Let the party begin in Raleigh.
Oh, that's big. Oh, watch the young guy with a wheelchair.
Oi.
Oh, you got a wheelchair out there. Unbelievable. Did you see that? Oh, my heart goes out. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay.
Let's go to Janine.
Coach, Duke's undefeated season just came to an end. You told your guys this was going to be a war. What made the difference between winning and losing?
Well, I think we had a lot of toughness, and we rebounded the ball in the second half. First half, we couldn't get a rebound. We defended them well, and we finished it with a rebound. Our guys showed a lot of toughness today. Well, I'm proud of them.
Now, you had 4 guys on this team that were part of that bitter loss to the Blue Devils last season. What was the statement that they wanted to make today?
Well, we went in there last year and played well, but we didn't win. So they remember that, and our young guys helped us. But again, they accepted the challenge. They accepted the challenge, and they played really hard,
Lorenzo Brown told me he's never experienced the fans rushing the court. He wanted to see that today. I hope he's enjoying it. How do you feel about your players right now?
I hope they all enjoy it, but we got a tough one Wednesday at Maryland. So we're going to have fun tonight, though.
All right, enjoy this one right now. Congratulations.
Janine, thank you. Mark Gottfried of the North Carolina State Wolfpack pick up a win against #1 and previously undefeated Duke. Great performances from Richard Howell, C.J. Leslie, Lorenzo Brown, and others. As NC State goes to 14-2 on the season, Duke drops to 15-1. Carolina, Florida State still to come. Here in Raleigh, it's North Carolina State defeating Duke 84-76. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Let's send it back to the studio with Max Bretos.
Thanks, Dan. There is one undefeated team in the country. NC State 3-0 in ACC play, and Florida State looks to join them there after an erratic non-conference slate. They're 2-0, both wins on the road. They'll be in Tallahassee to take on struggling North Carolina. Allow me to introduce you to Bruce Pearl and Seth Greenberg. And NC State, a lot of pressure for them to win the game. How do they do it?
I thought they defended and they finished possessions, just like Coach Gottfried said. I think the key to me for NC State, they played to their strengths. The passers passed, the shooters shot, the guys that needed to catch the ball on the block, caught it at the block, and Richard Howell, he's Pac-Man. He gobbles up rebounds.
Great performance by the front court of the NC State.
Well, they did have to do a better job of rebounding the ball in the second half. They go to their strength. They got better chemistry right now. And Richard Howell's a beast. 17 rebounds. Okay, Lorenzo Brown, he's a distributor. 13 assists. Scott Wood doesn't miss a shot, and C.J. Leslie scores at will. Too many weapons for this NC State basketball team.
Duke expected to win the ACC this season. Did you see an NC State team that can compete for top spot in the conference today?
Well, NC State was picked preseason to win the league because of the returning players and because of their run in the NCAA tournament. This is a mature physical basketball team. I've said this all season. Teams that are invested in winning, as long as their chemistry is good, they're going to be the team standing at the end of the season. This team, Richard Howell, invested in winning. Scott Wood invested in winning. Lorenzo Brown invested in winning. This is a mature physical basketball team.
And they beat Duke when Duke played very well. I mean, Mason Plumlee had a big night, double-double. Seth Curry, how heroic, how tough to play through all that pain and injury. And the kids, Hairston and Jefferson, stepped up with Kelly out, and yet it still wasn't enough to beat NC State.
Okay, very quickly we had all these undefeated teams, and then they started to drop. Wyoming this week. We just saw Duke go down, so you have Michigan. They're going to be taking on Ohio State on Sunday. How far do you think, as we look at their schedule set, how far do you think Michigan can take this undefeated run?
Back-to-back road games. I like this Michigan basketball team. They share the basketball. They've got a lot of guys who can score the ball. They have some maturity in the backcourt. And in a college game, the game starts with the point guard. That guy, Trey Burke, he's not bad.
I hate to agree with Coach Greenberg, but I have to agree with him. I hate it.
Once in a while.
No,
But
I've
they
had
gave you back
Michigan
in
a few
Pocket
times.
Square.
Great backcourt. Too much depth. Michigan wins at Ohio State.
A game effort for Duke. NC State gets that marquee win after losing to Michigan and Oklahoma State earlier this season. Now, second half of that ACC doubleheader. Florida State, after winning 2 straight on the road, to take on a North Carolina team that's 0-2 and looking to avoid to make that kind of history, guys, of 0-3. Very dangerous.
There's a very important game for these two clubs battling for maybe third place.
Get a stop.
Dave O'Brien, Doris Burke are in Tallahassee.